Alright, I'm just going to take it through very quickly on TikTok. I'm actually going to do a very detailed one and put it up on YouTube. And I'll also put in the comments the exact parts you need to buy. Yeah, so here we go. So this is a diode. Basically it's a one-way direction for electricity. So you need to put that in there so when you add extra power to the trigger wire, you don't inadvertently power up the whole accessories of the car. So I'll show you where this goes in a sec. So you just need that and you need a switch. So this is pretty much it. So we've got our auxiliary battery, we've got a 10 amp fuse in here, we've got our switch, and we've also got our diode that basically stops feedback. So you need to cut this wire completely and run a whole new wire to your auxiliary battery. And then this switch here is basically the one that I showed you earlier. Like I said, I'll go into a lot more detail on the YouTube channel. Alright, so I've basically had to refilm this video completely. This is the one for using your dual battery to power your main head unit. I did actually overlook something, and one of my followers on TikTok sent me a message, and it makes a lot of sense, so I'm going to add it and show you guys how to do it. I'm going to show you how I had it first and then what you need to do to rectify it. So here we go. Alright, so I've got my main wiring. So this is the yellow wire. This is your power continue wire, that is also called. Now it used to be attached to this one to the vehicle's main battery. Now this wire runs directly straight to the auxiliary battery, which I'll show you again in a second. And then from our switch that's down here, this is my trigger wire from that switch, and this is the from our ignition switch. Now this is one of the diodes. I'm going to actually put another diode in this wire because it didn't actually occur to me, but if the switch is left on, the auxiliary battery is left on, and then you turn the ignition on, potentially it's going to try and charge the auxiliary battery through this wire. So it's basically protecting the circuit. So I'll show you how to do that now. So this is the smart solenoid that I've got running the battery, and this here is the wire that runs the stereo. So it's pretty simple. Alright, so I've run out of some gas at the moment, so I'm just waiting for that, so I thought I'd just take you through the explanation behind this. Now, this wire here is the one from the ignition, that one is the one from the battery, and this is our two diodes. Now the bands need to face the way you want the flow to go. So I'll give you an example. I'm just going to turn the ignition on, and I've got my trusty test light here, and as you can see, I've got power there, and then I've got power there, which would go to the radio, but this one doesn't have power. So that's what we want it to do, is not backfeed up the other circuit. Alright, now I've got this all hooked up. I've just got this test light sitting in there just so we can test it. So this is ignition on, off, and then our switch down here is on. So basically we're a go.